Hello guys and welcome to another tutorial from this channel, and in this tutorial we are going to create a rain system, and actually not only a rain system but also thunder, snow and almost everything. So let me explain everything. First we have the default FPS controller just from the standard assets, so that's what I'm using. So first beneath that there is a particle system called clouds, and in the clouds that's just a default assets called dust storm, and we just changed a little bit. We just changed the color a little bit, so it's only changing the brightness just between two colors. The rotation is exactly the same, the size is a little bit bigger, and the start speed is also a lot lower. The emission is around 120, and it's a real big circle. Which just is completely so, and also the color, it will fade slowly in and fade slowly out, as you can see here. The rotation was in a dust storm around 60, and here we need to change it to this number 10. So also the render is I think exactly the same as it was there. So cast shadows, you can do this if you have left some frame rate, but otherwise you don't have to do it. It is actually consuming a lot of RAM. So also we have the rain. Also an important thing is that it has to simulation space is world, and that's because if you don't, it will look weird. And I will show this also by the rain, and I will show you how it looks like. And with rain it's a little bit more easy to show why it looks that weird. So it is standing on looping, everything is standing on looping here, and the lifetime is around 1 or 5. It's just sometimes it lasts a little bit longer and sometimes not. And the size is very small, and it is also a random number between two numbers. And the rotation is also very small, and this will just make sure it will be not exactly the same. Everything won't be exactly the same, but you only have one. But it will still be one material, and you won't notice it that quickly that it is only one material. You still see it quickly. The gravity is around this, just make sure it's not too big. And you can also, if you have snow, you can maybe even change this to around this or something, but then you also have to change the lifetime, etc. So it's kind of hard, and I think it's not adding much more. So the emission we come later. With script we're going to change it, so that doesn't matter. The shape is a circle, and it is almost directly above the head of the player. It is standing on this position, and that's because if it's very high, the lifetime of the rain has to be longer, and if it is longer, there can also, for the same, to have at the same area just as much rain, it will you need more particles. So that's why I did that. So also a collision from entire world except for the player, and that's because otherwise you get weird glitches and you don't want it. And it bounces here, and you can see this a little bit better in the game itself. And as you can see, it is bouncing there, and just makes, I think, a little bit more realistic, and you can do this with this value. So just copy that. It's just something I think is looking great, but you can just change it a little bit more. Just put it down in the comments if you got a better solution. So you have to change this to vertical billboard to make sure it is falling down and not falling weird or something, but it is still, you can see still all the whole array. So, well, I think all the other things, oh yeah, and shadows is just exactly as I say with the other. So with this, I think sets will be a lot better. So as you can see, it changes a lot of frame rate changes a lot. So just change that if you think I got some frame rate left, and otherwise just don't do it. It won't add so much. So this is the thunder, and the thunder, the shape is looking a little bit different. It's just a cube standing in front of the player, actually a kind of high, and it is a flat cube, so it will only be on one IS it will add thunder, and that's the reason, because otherwise, if it isn't, the thunder will fly around in the sky and will just look awful with this texture. So these are these values, and the emission is 5, so it just can show you that thunder exists, but normal it has to be around 1 or 2 or something. The rotation is just also around 5 or something, and this has to be a very big size. The lifetime also just changed around 0 and 0.1, and also this one is loop. And the color, first it suddenly is there, then it will fade out, fade in, be there again, and with that you will get, you fake, you see it, and you your eyes just think, whoa, I don't want to see that, and after that you open your eyes again and you see it again. So it's just, you're faking, sometimes you have to fake some things, and you can do that, for example, with this one. So also vertical billboard, so you see it always. And anything else? No, I think this was for that. And now the particle system, that is adding these particles, and that's as the only that's the only particle system that is local, or maybe thunder. No, there's also world. So that's the only one that's local, and the emission also we change that by script, and also the color only change the brightness and the alpha. All the other things you have to do in a material. So also if you have snow, it doesn't look blue or something else. So lifetime also is a random number between those two, and also the size is a random number, and the rotation is a random number. So it's a cone in front of the player. It will fade in, it will fade out, and maybe you can even make it that the fade in and fade out a little bit less quickly. So something like this or something. Don't overdo this. Just think something, I think it is this, and just do that. And also, you only have this if you're wearing a glass or a helmet or something, so just think about if you want to use it. And also this billboard, and it's just another material I create for this one. And the material is looking like this. It's just a particle, alpha blended, and just the color you want it. I have it really soft, and well, with the texture I will come back at that later. So first let me explain the script, and we are using system.collection.generic, and with that we can make lists. We have a range list that is and that's the current range, so that's the range we are currently have, and this is the range list. So it is you can't have rain, cursor, rain, thunder. This is just a drop-down list you have here, and it's just easy for if you want to change it quickly. You don't have to do that, but I think that's the most easy way. After that, you've got also the current range sort, and that's this one. And this class contains the name of the range sort, the intensity, the game raw material, the world material, the sound, the volume, if they have clouds, and if they have thunder. I think it's all a logic what it means, except maybe for this one, and it's just does it rain heavily, or is it just drizzle, or you can change that with that. So I only changed to its start, and just the current rain source is the one that's from the rain source, is the one that's from the current rain. So actually it just says if you change this one, it will also change from which rain source it is. It will only happen by start. After that it will start to rain. First it will look like, does it have thunder? If it has, start the thunder particle system, else stop it. And we assign that here, and after that you assign it in the editor. But we just have a camera particle system, world, cloud, and ball, and the thunder particle system, which I showed you just. And also it will check, does it have clouds? If it has, play it, otherwise stop the particle system. If it has an intensity above 0, and if you don't have an intensity above 0, it just won't rain. So with that you don't need to play all this particle system. But if it has, the particle system will play, the emission rate will be exactly the same as the intensity, and that's just the emission rate is from particle system is this one. So if you have this higher, so just don't do it too high, but it will look like this. So that's the emission rate. And also you can change the material. So if you want to have snow, it will be different. So exactly the same with the world particle system, except that's a little bit higher. So I just changed it on this way. You can also make another variable and use that one. After that, we'll check, does it have a sound? If it has, it will change the audio source and it will just play it, and otherwise it will stop. And if it doesn't have an intensity of 0, all the particle system will stop. And I even have that the audio source is stopped, but maybe I have to remove that in so that also you can have, I don't know, birds singing or something else if it's just a cloudy day. So here are the textures, and it was from a previous tutorial that was a failure, but it's actually very simple how to create a droplet. And let's just select this one, select droplet, and after that just color it. That was not the idea. Just color it quickly. And just erase everything else. Oh, that's a little bit too much. Something like this. And now just add something here, add something there, and just make it look like it's not all the same color. Change this factor a little bit, and also scale down. And it's just something like this, doesn't need to be exactly this. This is just a way to make way to look more realistic. Something like this. And after that you can also change it a little bit more with the smudge tool to make it more realistic. First you need to layer to image size. If you want here a full tutorial over, just say so. Just say so, but for now I just do this quickly just to show you it is doable, but it wasn't the idea of this tutorial. Also, you can just find textures on the internet. So, well, I think I explained everything. If you have any question, please ask in the comment section below. Also, if you want a more detailed tutorial of something I taught in this tutorial, because I know I did it very quickly, but I think the script you can just type over and I explained everything. If you didn't, just ask. I'm happy to help. And also leave a like, a subscribe, or a comment if you like this tutorial.